Hey guys, Midway Piper with you today. I know the last video I did was pipes and books. This wind is crazy today. Again, it's like the third or fourth day now we just had crazy wind. But anyways, today's edition is going to be another pipes and books because I stopped at a library sale this morning on the way home and picked up some books to share. So first things first, I've got my Morgan Bones poker. Do love this thing. And in it, I have, it's a little mix. I have some Old Dark Fired in here, but I also felt kind of like I wanted a little bit of cherry. So I mixed a little bit of Boswell's Dark Cherry in with some of the Old Dark Fired. Give that a shot and see how it is. On the initial couple of puffs, I'm not disappointed at all in this. It's hitting the mark I wanted. Got that sort of barbecue-y flavor from the Old Dark Fired, and it's like you threw a little bit of cherry wood in it, so not bad. And then to go with it, actually it doesn't go with it at all, but it's what I'm drinking anyways, out of a good old mason jar. I know this looks like an alcoholic beverage. It is not. It is a jar of tree sap, maple sap, and did a video a couple days ago on tapping the trees, and there behind me, there, and over there, some are maple buckets. So I have that, and then the coloring comes from they're like hydration packets from a company called Transparency Labs, and this is the peach mango flavor. So mixing that, and then you get the very, very, very slight sweetness from the maple sap, and that's a great concoction. So anyways, if you see me drinking something out of a mason jar that looks like it's moonshine, I promise it's not. Getting the grill started behind me. My work week starts tomorrow, so prepping some meals for that. So just getting the grill going while I'm out here filming this video so I can get to work when I'm done. Anyways, so like I said, stopped at the library sale on the way home. One of the local libraries, second Saturday of every month, they have a small library sale. And then first week of next month is going to be one of their big ones. They do 2 or 3 of those a year. So I'm excited for that for next month. But I have pretty good luck today. These damn leaves. Come on. All right. So just wanted to share a couple of the books that I picked up today. So all these books, plus one I didn't bring out, my son picked up. It's a Lego book. He likes to see the big Lego builds and stuff like that, so he's got that inside. But that included, plus these, $21 for the pile, so can't complain. The first 2 I'll share. These are also for my son, but I figured I'd share them as well. Um, Picked up Captain Underpants and the Wrath of the Wicked Wedgie Woman. Classic. If you've got kids and they're not reading Captain Underpants, you're doing it wrong. And then I also got Captain Underpants and the Big Bad Battle of the Bionic Booger Boy Part 2. So, yay for Captain Underpants. All right, so that was for him. Again, the rest of the pile here, these are all for me. Some of these, you know what? I'm going to separate them out real quick. Let's see. All right. One of the authors I really like to read, I'm actually reading a short story of his that just came out recently on my Kindle. But I do really enjoy the writings of Frederick Bachman. My grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry. No idea what this one's about. Elsa is 7 years old and different. Her grandmother is 77 and crazy, and is standing on the balcony firing paintball guns at strangers. She's also Elsa's best and only friend. At night, Elsa takes refuge in her grandmother's stories in the land of Almost Awake and the kingdom of Miamas, where everybody is different and nobody needs to be normal. When Elsa's grandmother dies and leaves behind a series of letters apologizing to people she's wronged, Elsa's greatest adventure begins. Her grandmother's instructions lead her to an apartment building full of misfits, monsters, attack dogs, old crones, but also the truth about fairy tales and kingdoms, and a grandmother like no other. His writing style is just fantastic. I bought several of his books at full price at bookstores. It's rare to find his stuff, except one or two books. It used sales, so I found this one today, so I picked it up. I don't have that one. I think there's only like one or two more of his that I don't have, so good stuff. If you're not familiar, A Man Called Ove is one of his most popular ones. That was done, a movie was made of that, with Tom Hanks, I think. And they changed the name to A Man Called, I don't remember. Anyways, as you'll find, most people that read books will say the book was better. Anyways, another really good book written by him is called Anxious People. So those are good starting places if you're interested in checking out a new author. If you're not familiar with Frederick Bachman already, highly suggest picking up either of those two books. It's a great place to start with him. All right, next book. This is a fiction book, and it's called Crazy Horse, sort of a fictional biography. But the really interesting thing about this one is it's written by Larry McMurtry, the author of Lonesome Dove and countless other Western stories. Yeah, I didn't know he wrote a fictional biography of Crazy Horse, and I saw it was on, so $2, I think. Yeah, not super long. So, anyways, next one. Did I need another Thomas Jefferson book? No. Did I pick one up? Yes. So this book, I've never even heard of this one before. This is called Jefferson's Secrets: Death and Desire at Monticello. When Thomas Jefferson died on July 4th, 1826, he left behind a series of mysteries that have captured the imaginations of historical investigators for generations. In Jefferson's Secrets, Andrew Burstein draws on sources previous biographers have glossed over or missed entirely. Beginning with Jefferson's last days, Burstein shows how Jefferson confronted his own mortality and tackles the crucial questions history has yet to answer. Did Jefferson love Sally Hemings? Those of you that are not familiar, that was when his wife died. She made him promise that he would never marry another woman. And Sally Hemings was one of his slaves. And it's suspected / pretty well documented that they did in fact have a couple of children together. So did Jefferson love Sally Hemings? Did he believe in God? Again, those of you that are not familiar, the Jefferson Bible, if you've never seen that before, it is essentially the New Testament, but he took out all of the sort of supernatural aspects of it to sort of create a story of Jesus as if he was just another man. What were his attitudes towards women? How did he wish to be remembered? The result is a profound and nuanced portrait of the most complex of the founding fathers. So that one's really actually piqued my interest quite a bit. So that'll probably jump further ahead of some of the other Jefferson books I have. And that one's it's not a small book. 350 pages. So that's that. And then oh, this one's heavy. John Adams. Yeah, I've seen it around all the time. So figured I'd pick it up again, $2. So yeah, hardcovers are $2. Paperbacks are $1 at the sale. So that's a hefty junker as well. I don't think I need to say too much about it. It's a biography of John Adams. So again, not urgent on my to-read list, but it's there. These next couple books, you guys have heard me reference a YouTube channel, Johnny Keene. It's a booktube channel, and I watch most of his videos, like to see what he's reading, and so I picked up a couple of books. He's always singing the praises of Jack Kerouac, one of the Beat authors. So this was $1. I figured I'd pick it up and see what it's about. I do also have Dharma Bums as well, by him as well. So it was $1. Next up, The Librarianist. Retired librarian Bob Comet thinks life surprises are behind him. That is, until a chance encounter while he is out on his daily walk changes everything. As Bob finds himself amid a community of strange new peers, the extraordinary life of this ordinary man comes into view. From a child's runaway adventure during the last days of the Second World War, through love, true love, won and stolen away, and to the purpose and pleasure found in the librarian's vocation. So, The Librarianist. I've heard some stuff about this as well, but he was reading his book recently and said it was pretty decent, so here we are. $1 again. And the final one, you guys will, if you've watched the previous videos, you'll know that I've been singing the praises of a book called The Cafe with No Name. And the reason I picked that book up to begin with Again, Johnny Keene, talking about how he likes, anytime he finds a book by a publisher called Europa Editions, he'll pick it up. And that was the most recent publication by Europa. And it was fantastic. I told you I got the rest of his books, showed you them in the last video. And that was the author, John Seethaler. He's an Austrian author. Europa Editions, a lot of them tend to be English translations of authors from other countries. So when I was at the library sale, I was looking around to see, just taking a peek at the all the books they had in the fiction section. Most of the books Europa puts out are fiction, and that's the publisher's mark. Europa Editions. And I found this book, Here and Here Only. Don't know anything about it, never heard of it, never heard of the author. It's translated from French, but again, the Europa edition, so I picked it up. And it actually sounds quite interesting. Welcome to the School of Here, an unsettling and peculiar place that feels nonetheless strangely familiar. A place full of codes, compromises, and questionable conduct, and unspoken rules that are as illogical at times as they are unbreakable. At Here, society is highly stratified. The popular kids, the friend groups, the good students and the bad, the outcasts and the insiders are all ruled by a godlike prince. This year, things are stranger than ever. A self-effacing first-year student vanishes into thin air. A persecuted outsider delivers himself into permanent exile. A tyrannical older student meets his match. A prophetess tests her powers. And behind the scenes, a cabal of students conducts a top-secret investigation into an unexplained phenomenon at the heart of it all. Sounds interesting, actually. Yeah. Not a super big book, but there it is. Pretty cool cover as well. And so yeah, that's what we picked up today. It's really nice out here as long as the wind isn't blowing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share some of that with you guys. I don't know how into reading most of you guys are. A couple of you guys have mentioned that you've picked up some of the books I've suggested, so that's awesome to hear. I try to be honest about the books that I read, and if I give any reviews on them. For the most part, if a book is just kind of mediocre, I'm not going to talk too much about it. But I do like to bring attention to books that I enjoy, authors that I like. So going forward, we'll have some more collections by various authors. But yeah, that whole stack of books was $21, so not a bad deal at all. Cheaper than what one hardcover book would cost nowadays. In fact, oh, interesting. Yeah, this one book from Europa Editions is $21 on its own, so I'll consider that a good collection. One last thing, the video I did the other day mentioning the high school student that had the accident and broke his neck and is now paralyzed. A lot of you guys, which shows how amazing this community is, several of you guys have asked for if there's a link to a GoFundMe for him, and there is. So what I'll do is at the bottom or in the description of this video, I will drop the link to that GoFundMe. It's set up by a group of friends of his. Absolutely no obligations, but I know several of you have specifically asked if there's a link. So if you do feel like you want to contribute to that, I'll drop a link in the description. I very much do appreciate. I don't really know the kid or the family, but you know, that's a big change. It's a big life change. So thank you for those who have expressed interest. Like I said, I'll drop the link below. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Had a busy day so far. My son decided he wanted to go to the grocery store with me this morning, which is cool. So we did that. Really, he wanted to get a donut. That's what it really came down to, I think. So we stopped at Dunkin' Donuts on the way home. He got his favorite donut, picked up a donut for my wife, got a coffee for myself, and felt kind of bad for the dog. Wanted to get him something, so he looked at the toy aisle for pets at the grocery store and got him little rawhides shaped like donuts. So I figured that was sort of apt for him. He's a strange dog, though. I don't know if it's because he spent the first several years of his life in a shelter or not. Sorry, my wife just texted me about what he's doing now. So I gave him the donut toy. And when you give him things like that, or bully sticks, any sort of thing that you would imagine he would want to lay there and chew on, he just paces back and forth out the house, wanting to go outside and bury it. And it's really a waste of money. So I normally don't let him do that. And he was getting desperate. He was looking around the house for places to bury it. He buried it in our couch. Buried it in his toy bin. Tried to bury it under my freshly cleaned laundry I was trying to put away. And so I finally let him out here to bury it because he's just getting really annoying, whining, running around the house with it, whining. So he finally brought it out here and buried it under the deck stairs. And now he's wandering around the house. I don't think he remembers where he put it. Oh, dogs. Anyways, yeah, so that's that. Yeah, I think that's it. Go visit with some family later this afternoon, and back to the work week tomorrow. So, yep, just keeps going. Looking back on it now, it's kind of funny. Thursday was unpleasant to say the least. I think many of you guys know that Thursday or a couple nights a week I work at my local gym, and I close the place out at night. And Wednesday night, one of the toilets in the gym was clogged, and I tried to plunge it and wasn't having any luck with it. Nothing overflowed, but I was done attempting, shall we say, to clear it. And so I let the guys that own the gym know. They called out a plumber the next day. It makes, you always, if you can't get a toilet unclogged with a plunger, you generally kind of feel like useless. shall we say. But I tried, didn't work, whatever. So Thursday they had a plumber come out. And it took the plumber 4 hours to clear the drain. How adults can't figure out how to use the bathroom properly is just beyond me. Almost every night there's a puddle of piss under the urinal. Like, how as an adult male can you not figure out how to piss in a urinal? It's kind of hard to miss. But anyways, in this instance, somebody decided they were going to flush some wipes down the toilet, and that's what ended up clogging the drain. And the process of snaking out the drain, it caused a backflow into the men's bathroom. More than just the one toilet, but the other toilet as well. Stuff just started backflow out of that. So Thursday night I spent about an hour cleaning up the men's bathroom. There's a line of people eager to get in there and use it, so got that cleaned up after an hour. Absolutely disgusting. And then I figured I was done. I went and sat down at the front desk for a little while and looked over and noticed there was a sign on the women's restroom as well. And I was like, that's weird, because there was no problem in there. But apparently in unclogging the drain, it backflowed through all the toilets. So the women's restroom needed it as well. So I had to start the whole process all over again. So, yeehaw. But anyways, that's about that. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.